WWE TLC 2019. Roman Corbin, a lot of brawling. Why is this main eventing? And a lot of brawling. Holy crap, dude, we got a spear through a bunch of people, dude. No one said that. Ever. Mike probably liked it. Jimmy too. Jimmy is a huge fan of Roman Reigns. Honestly, people, was not a bad show. I actually really liked it, but the show peaked at Miz versus Bray Wyatt, and after that it went. Let me ask you something. Why was this match in the main event? I do understand that Vince McMahon loves Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, especially Charlotte Flair, but you see, I don't really think that these championships right here are the most prestigious title in WWE's history. They're not prestigious at all. That's the point I'm trying to make. I refuse to believe that many people cared about this match. And I'm just tired of Charlotte, tired of Becky. I don't have anything against them. It's just WWE booking that I have a problem with. And the match, even though it was good, nothing really changed. Nothing really happened at all. We got spear through a lot of people, dude! But let's start from the beginning of the show. So we got the pre-show, and in the pre-show we got Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo. Carrillo, I still don't know how to pronounce that. The match was good, I actually really liked it. That's possibly the best way to kick off the show. Again, it wasn't really anything that special, but I'm surprised that Andrade lost the match again. So Humberto Carrillo wins the match, and this time it wasn't some kind of roll-up, it was actually with his finisher. We got a moonsault. So after the match, Carrillo celebrates, and it seems like Andrade is very angry at Zelina Vega. And I feel like this partnership is possibly over. Now let me tell you my opinion on this whole thing. I do believe that it's not the worst thing that could happen, but then again, Andrade is not very good at English, and I don't blame him like at all. I'm just saying that this kind of character needs a manager. I actually heard that he actually went up to Vince and Vince told him to learn English. And maybe he actually did, I'm not quite sure. I'm just saying that he has a lot more potential with Zelina Vega. Now when it comes to Zelina, I do believe that it's actually good for her because she's a good wrestler and she could be an actual wrestler right now instead of being a manager. Then again, maybe they're just teasing it and it's not going to happen. But that was a decent way to kick off the show, and let's talk about the actual WWE TLC 2019. We kicked things off with the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Titles match. We got the New Day versus the Revival. What a match. So it's always with the WWE. You don't have a good card. It looks boring. This was possibly one of the most boring looking matches because we've seen that so many times. The only thing that saved it was the ladder match, and of course a bunch of good wrestlers. I didn't expect a lot, but this was possibly one of the best, if not the best match on the card. Kofi Kingston was the highlight, of course. This man gave us so many great spots. That Big E spot looked absolutely nasty. I hope this guy is alright because that was possibly the most painful looking spot of the night. And the ending was absolutely amazing as well. A bit botchy because I don't really think the titles actually hit Dawson. But he landed on another ladder. That looked tremendous, and the New Day retained the championship. So I don't really wanna jump into conclusions, but I believe this was the best match of the night so far. Then we got Buddy Murphy versus Aleister Black. One thing I've noticed is that pretty much in every match we got some color. So if I'm going to blur some things out, and if some screenshots are in black and white, just know why. The match was great, actually better than I expected. I knew it's going to be good, but it was even better. Just because we got some color on Aleister Black, he won the match, but Buddy Murphy looked very strong, and possibly just as strong as Aleister Black. I mean, we knew that he's going to lose the match. But this was absolutely tremendous, and again, possibly another match of the night, but, it didn't have a stipulation, so of course it was a bit more simple, a bit more generic. The ending was pretty cool as well. Of course, we got Black Mass, out of nowhere kinda, and Aleister Black won the match. Cool. Now, I do believe that there's still more left to this rivalry. I would love to see another match, but Buddy really needs to win at least once. I really like this guy. Like, after seeing Roman Reigns versus Buddy Murphy versus Daniel Bryan, I really became a big fan, and I'm glad that he's in an important rivalry. I'm pretty sure you guys feel that way as well. It just feels like the only purpose of this rivalry is to make Aleister Black look strong. And I don't want that to happen. I want Buddy Murphy to be important as well. Then we got a Raw Titles Open challenge from the Viking Raiders. So I do understand that if you want to be realistic, it could be anyone. It could be a returning tag team, a regular tag team, or even a tag team that you faced before. I do understand that. It makes perfect sense. But it's a pay-per-view. Maybe you give us something decent. Returning Usos. Anyone. It was the OC, possibly the worst case scenario. Honestly. We got the match, and wasn't really anything that special. Even if the match was decent enough, I was like, okay, why are we getting it? Why the OC out of every single tag team? This is boring. This is honestly very boring. Anyway, nobody won the match because they got counted out. So, yeah, the crowd booed. Why? Who cares if the Viking Raiders are going to defeat the OC? I don't really think that the OC ever looks strong. Ever. Not even right now. Anyway, basically it was just for advertisements, and we got a powerbomb or whatever it was through the table, KFC table. Finger looking good, I guess. Then we got the TLC match between Roman Reigns and King Corbin. Now, I expected a lot more from this match. I honestly thought that this is going to be the main event, so I was surprised that we're already getting it, but I was like, okay, we're getting The Miz versus Bray Wyatt in the main event. That's actually very good. Yeah, and that did not happen, unfortunately. Even though the match was absolutely amazing, whatever we got with the match, and anyway, we're going to talk about that just a little bit later, but I was disappointed. Yes, we got a few cool spots, we even got the dog food, but it was another Roman Reigns is so strong, we're gonna use 20 people or something like that. I'm not even exaggerating. We got at least 12 people helping King Corbin, including Dolph Ziggler. So, yes, King Corbin won the match, but did he really? I don't understand this WWE booking. King Corbin, you want to make King Corbin look strong, but you don't want to make Roman Reigns look weak. Okay, have Dolph Ziggler interfering, don't have 12 people interfering, and King Corbin barely wins the match. It changes absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. King Corbin looks strong right now? No. He barely won the match. I don't even think he won. Well, the record books are going to say that I won the match. Well, the record books don't mean shit. This was absolutely pointless. Then we got The Miz versus Bray Wyatt, the highlight of the show. So we got The Miz, and then comes Bray Wyatt with the Firefly Funhouse theme music, and he's acting like a good guy. He acts like Eugene. Remember Eugene? That was basically Bray Wyatt, and I absolutely loved it. So it was interesting because throughout the whole match, he was actually very weak, but he would have these moments where he would go insane and he would actually be very, very strong, almost as strong as The Fiend. But I absolutely loved it. Great stuff. Amazing. One thing that I really didn't like about the match is that it wasn't supposed to be a title match, and it probably wasn't a title match, but before the match, referee showed the title to The Miz. How does that make any sense? So imagine we're getting, Brock Lesnar. I cannot use Brock Lesnar as an example. Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura is facing Chad Gable on SmackDown. It's not for a championship, but before the match, referee shows the Intercontinental Championship to Chad Gable. Why would you do that? It wasn't for the championship, at least referees didn't mention it. We didn't got a graphic that it's for the championship. So whatever happened right here, it was very confusing. I wish commentators did a better job, but whatever. Now, somehow, some way, Bray Wyatt won the match with his sister Abigail. I was kinda, confused and maybe disappointed a little bit. Like, if you're not having The Fiend, I wish The Miz won the match because it wasn't for the championship. And it's like, okay, if The Miz still lost the match, why was this match not for the title? Anyway, so Bray Wyatt wins the match, the lights go off, and it's Daniel Bryan. He beats the living crap out of Bray Wyatt. And my man is all shaved, and he looks like that guy in a teenager movie who was pretty much a loser. I'm just kidding, of course, the guy looks good, but, you know, it doesn't really suit him, if I'm being honest. He kinda looks like a 2013 version of Daniel Bryan, except he doesn't have a beard, you know, at least not a very long one. But I liked it, you know, maybe it was one of the most generic ways to continue the rivalry. You know, he's not joining Wyatt or anything like that. But it was still fine. I mean, Daniel Bryan is back with a change, and I believe that people are going to talk about it. It's interesting. It's kind of a shame though that this was possibly the end of The Miz in this rivalry, and even though it really got interesting during the last episode of SmackDown, now it's possibly just over. Maybe we're gonna get the same thing with The Miz, you know, The Fiend is going to take The Miz, and Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan is going to help The Miz right now, so it would be the other way around. But there's still a lot of potential to this rivalry. I just don't believe that WWE are going to be creative enough. One thing's for sure, I really want The Miz in this rivalry. I think it's an unpopular opinion, but let me know how do you feel in the comments below. Then we got Bobby Lashley versus Rusev in a tables match. Ooh, I really care about that one. Yeah, nothing really special during that one. Maybe a few cool spots, but I expected some, you know, shift in a storyline, some plot twist. Nothing really changed. Nothing at all. This rivalry is just going to continue as normal. So whatever, we got a botched finish, but maybe, I don't know, was it botched? If it was actually botched, Bobby Lashley is a one smart dude. He was very quick with it, so he decided to slam Rusev through another table, and it actually looked pretty good. So Rusev lost the match, Bobby and Lana won. Lana didn't betray Bobby or anything like that. She, as a matter of fact, helped Bobby, and that was it. So do I want to see that rivalry continuing? I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, Rusev needs to win. But I want to see some change in the storyline. I want to see some kind of plot twist. Maybe introduce a third guy. And of course, then we got the main event, a TLC match for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Becky and Charlotte versus the Kabuki Warriors. The match was good. I think it was good. There are a few things that I really liked about the match. I think they nailed it, even though we got a few botches. It's just like, you know, is this supposed to be the main event of a pay-per-view for the women's tag team titles? The titles that are so new and been buried for so long, nobody cares. And this rivalry was not that good in the first place. It should have been The Miz versus Bray Wyatt, let's be honest. And it should have been for the Universal Championship. I don't know, man. I don't know. It was fine. The ending was kind of wacky as well. I don't know if that was supposed to happen, but it was really boring. And I don't exactly remember what happened, but I remember Asuka taking the titles. And that was basically it. So nothing changed. Charlotte and Becky lost. And it's probably going to lead to Becky versus Charlotte. Oh wow, I cannot wait for that. Just absolutely amazing. So what was the point of that match? Oh, I know the point. We got a bunch of people brawling, including Roman Reigns, King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, I believe the whole Raw and SmackDown roster, because people really care about Roman Reigns and King Corbin for some reason. I don't know what happened, but we got a spear through a bunch of people. Dude! My friends Jimmy, Dylan, and all these other Jimmys, my friends, you know, in the backyard, are going to be very happy. We're gonna talk about that so much. As a matter of fact, where's the hat? Me and Jimmy, we're gonna talk about that for so long, dude. This was cool. It was litty. I ruined my haircut. Mom's gonna be so pissed. I would give this pay-per-view 6.5 out of 10 because we got a few cool matches like Aleister Black versus Buddy Murphy, Universal title match, and the tag team titles match. But they highlighted the stuff that people don't really care about, like the tag team titles match, women's tag team titles match, and Roman Reigns versus King Corbin. These are some of the worst rivalries we have right now, but these were highlighted as the most important. So anyway, let me know your score in the comments below, your thoughts. Thank you for watching the video, and as always, the great one, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.